Hi guys, and welcome to the Teaching Our Kids podcast, a place where parents, teachers, and everyone in between can learn about how kids learn. And this year, my cousin Becky and I have been working on a public school versus unschooling podcast for you guys. And October and November have been super busy, so this month I'm trying to get my goals and get you guys something, and it's going to be a little bit shorter and sweeter and just me today. We both gave our kids a little interview. She gave her kids that are unschooled, and my public school kids, we gave them each a little interview. And I'm just going to tell you the questions we asked and then what their answers were today. So first thing, I'm going to start. I was not able to get a grown unschooler to interview. Nobody answered me. I'll still work on it. We'll see for maybe our grand finale. But the first thing I'll start with is my public school kid interview. I asked my kids these 5 questions while they were eating breakfast this morning, so they're not perfect. And I have a 5th grader and a 3rd grader right now, so these are what their answers are. So the first question I asked them is, what is your favorite thing you're learning about in school right now? And my 3rd grader was like, I don't know. My 5th grader, he is a trip. He said his favorite thing right now is either reading or social studies because he likes to learn about new stuff and he feels like math is old stuff. And it's harder. And he really likes the projects that they give them in social studies, and he likes researching and he likes learning facts. So that was his answer. After she heard his answer, my 3rd grader's answer for her favorite thing that she's learning about in school right now was Simone Biles. And I know that's pretty general, but I think in her reading unit right now, they're studying a lot of nonfiction. And they're looking up a person and they're learning a lot about that person, learning how to research it and write about it, which is very cool. And we have a Learn With Me day coming up with the kids in school where the parents get to go and the teachers plan like an event where we get to see about what they're learning. And I'm pretty sure for 3rd grade, it's like a wax museum where the kids do all the research on this character, or it's not a character, it's a real life person. They do all the research and then they write something about it, and then you can walk around and the kids pretend like they're that person and they have all the information. You go up and ask them and they will tell you their research. So it's really cool, and she's doing Simone Biles. So that was her favorite thing that she's learning about in school right now. The next question that I asked them was, when you want to learn more about something, how do you find the information, or how does your teacher or mom or dad find the information? My 5th grader said he finds it from books. He likes to read it, and he says at school they make them use the school-approved and government-approved websites with trusted information. These are his words. You can tell he's been told this, and he's spitting it back at me. But yeah, that's the way that his teachers and his parents, by looking up and reading it and helping him find the information. My 3rd grader said, I liked her answer. My 3rd grader said for her answer about how does her teacher or mom or dad find out more information for her, says, my teacher gets taught by another teacher, which I think is very cool because teachers do go to school to learn to become teachers. So I thought that was a very cool and mature answer. And then her other answer was that her parents and her teachers already know things. They can just tell her, or we look it up on our phones or computers, which were both very good answers. Okay, so my next question was, what do you think is the most important thing that you have learned in school so far? And when I said so far, I meant like not just this year in their all school learning. My 3rd grader, she never gave me an answer. She didn't know. My 5th grader, he says social studies. And he said the past. And then I said, oh, you mean history? And he said, yes. And I said, well, why is that, the most important thing that you feel like you've learned so far? And he said, because it already happened and we need to know so we don't repeat some of it. So I don't know. Maybe he's been listening to Dad a lot, who is a political science major, but that was his answer. And it was very thought out. And he asked me what I thought one of the most important things that they've learned so far. And I said writing because they will use that forever for everything they do. If they choose to do math, if they choose anything in this world, they're going to have writing skills. So that was my answer for him when he was like, I'm going to interview you now. Okay, so then let's see. Oh, what is a goal that you have for yourself this year? And let's see. My third grader said she wants to read 6th grade level books. They do at school take their reading level at the beginning and work with them to pick a goal for their reading level. So that was her. She already had chosen that goal at school. And then her other goal was to get more Rise cards so her green clubhouse can win, which I think is interesting because it's not really, that's more of their behavioral plan and less of the academics. And then my 5th grader, he said he wants a Lexile of 1,400. That's his goal, and that's the reading score. I don't know what his Lexile is right now. I'll have to look, but that's his goal for the year, he said. And then he said he heard his sister say the thing about more Rise cards and for green clubhouse to win, and he just said he wants a blue clubhouse to not win because they won last year and they've won the first quarter. And then I asked him if he had any other goals, and he said, well, in math, he wants to get better at the standard algorithm of multi-digit math. Now, if you asked me to explain that right now, I'd have to look it up for you, because I'm not quite sure how to explain it, but that is his math goal. You could tell they talk a lot about goals at school, because they both had pretty specific ones, especially for reading. All right, so let's see. Oh, and he asked if I have a goal for them in school, and I said I just want them to learn how to be able to learn things, how to look things up, how to have the strategies to solve a math problem that they're given, or how to be able to write about the things that they've learned. So that was my response for him when he asked me that. Let's see, and then I have one more. I said, number 5, what is something you don't like about going to school every day? And this was an interesting response as well. My 3rd grader said getting up early. She is not a morning person. The one thing she doesn't like about going to school every day is getting up early to get ready and go. And his answer was he doesn't like going there, and then they bombard him and then with everything. And he is in orchestra. He plays the viola, and his other thought about not liking it was when he misses class because he has to go to viola lesson once a week. He has to make up that work in class, and he doesn't like that. But I think it's a good lesson to teach that multitasking because it's just going to be coming as he goes into middle school and high school. You got a lot of things to juggle. So you got to learn about making it up sooner. But I definitely think those last 2 things are not on that unschooler list because they don't have to wake up and they don't have to juggle a lot of things. So now my short and sweet little interview that Becky did with her kiddos. I wrote up some questions for them. All right, so the first question for her kids was, what does unschooling mean to you? And they said, I'm homeschooled. My parents are teaching me the things that I know and that I'm saying and that I can do. So that's what that first answer was. I would love for her to expound upon that, but I don't have her here this week. Maybe she can give us a comment when this comes out on live about really how they answered that. But that's what it means to them. Their parents are teaching them the things that they know. Then let's see. The second one was your favorite thing to learn about right now. We have rocks and minerals and science and Marty. And then let's see. Number 3, when you want to know more about something, how do you find out, or how does mom and dad find out to help you learn it? And it says Google it or read a book. I like that. It's pretty close to the same answer as my kids. Very cool. Then let's see. We have number 5 or 4, and that's what is a goal that you have for yourself this school year, or the most important thing you're learning so far, and it's how to read was the answer. And I'm not sure if that's Tegan or Callan, but Tegan he would be 4th grade age, and Callan would be 2nd grade age. So just to give you an example, but those are the interview questions that I have. I think a lot of it is sort of similar, like the Googling, and the things they want to learn is what they're interested in. And that they say I'm homeschooled. I do school at home. I actually saw something the other day that said homeschooling is not about schooling, it's about home. And I think it's very cool that that is the importance that homeschoolers put on it. They give that base of home for their kids so that they can learn how to learn, which is the thing I said for my kids. They can learn how to learn on their own and figure things out. And that's very cool. So hopefully next month I will have a lot more meatier. Maybe I'll get that interview with a grown-up unschooler. We'll see, but we're going to have a big end of the season show with the unschooling, homeschooling, and I thank you all for sticking with me for this far, and I hope you have a great November, and New Year's coming. So, see you guys soon.